Good morning, boys and girls. It's the second day of remote learning. Very exciting. I hope you had a great day yesterday, and I hope you have an even better day today. I hope that if you have any questions or concerns, you let me know. So, today we're going to be talking about summaries. So, what we're going to learn is how do we make our long summaries that say every single thing that ever happened into nice, short, and sweet, and right to the point. So we're going to learn about the simple summary. We're going to go from this because a lot of us have our summaries looking like this right now. Very long and telling me all these extra details. But we want to turn it into this. Just 3 lines. Nice, short, and sweet. The reason is a summary is only telling the important parts. For example, if you're going to tell me about your day, or if you go home to your parents and they say, how was school today? You're going to tell them the things you learned. You're going to say, oh, I went on the computer and I was able to go on Nearpod today. And then I went to lunch and we had ice cream. You're going to tell your parents everything that was really cool. But are you going to tell them that you dropped your pencil and that you walked in the hallway? Probably not, because it's not that important. It's just a part of your day. So that's the same thing for giving a summary in the book. You're going to only tell the important parts. So we're going to talk about it today of what is the important parts that we're supposed to be looking for. So let me just explain one last time. What is summarizing? Summarizing is giving a short statement of the important points. So like I said, short and sweet and to the point. Also, why is it important? What's the point of this? Why do I have to learn about summary? It allows you to restate key info in a way that is short. It just makes sure that you understand the story. It shows that you know what's important and what's not important. And that's an important skill to have because you're going to use it throughout your life. So we're going to use the 5-finger method. How do I do this? You use the 5-finger method. 5 fingers. Who, what, when, where, why, and how. So I drew it up here too. Who is the thumb? What is another finger? When is the next finger? Where is the finger after that? And then why? And then in the palm of your hand is the how. So if you have trouble, you can use your hand, and we'll always remember by using our hand. Who, what, when, where, why, how. Once you answer all those questions, you've done a summary. Now, the trick is, when you answer who, it's only 5 words. What, 5 words. When, 5 words. Where, 5 words. Why, 5 words. How, 5 words. You're not going to write a whole bunch of sentences with it, only 5 words. So when you think of the 5-finger method, think of using only 5 words or less. If you need to use 6 or something, it's okay. But just the whole idea is to keep it short. We don't want a really long 3 pages for a summary. We want like a paragraph. Unless the directions tell you otherwise and they say they want it longer. But usually summaries are short and sweet. They're not very long. Okay, so now we're just going to read it step by step. Write who was in the story. Step 1 for the who. Step 2, what happened in 5 words. Step 3, write when it happened. Step 4, write where it happened. Step 5, why it happened. That's probably going to be 5 words, or maybe even 6. And how it happened is your palm. So, we just finished talking about summarizing, and now we're going to go into reading the story. We're going to read pages 6 to 8 together, and then you guys will read 9 and 10 at home on your own. And then you will answer some questions that go along with it. Now, if it's a little bit hard answering one of the 5-finger questions, it's okay. Just write a little comment or a little note and let me know. We're just in the beginning of the book, so you might not get an answer for every single question, but overall, just say a summary of what we've read so far. Short and sweet, the gist of what you got. Okay? So I'm going to start reading the book. If you want to take any notes about anything I read, get your paper and pencil ready. So I'm on page 6. Shook her head at me like it's my fault. He thinks "mise" is a word. Henry, who runs the elevator in our building, laughed. Nothing like having a misser in the family. You don't have to be a misser, Fudge, Sheila said. If you like counting money so much, you can work at a bank when you grow up. Yeah, Fudge said, I can work at a bank and miss my money all day long. Sheila sighed. He doesn't get it, she said to me. He's only 5, I reminded her. Almost 6, he reminded me. Then he tugged Sheila's arm. Hey, Sheila, you know how much the dude paid for New York City? The dude, Sheila asked. Is this some kind of joke? Not the dude, I told Fudge. The Dutch. His name was Peter Mintoot, Sheila said, like the know-it-all she is. And he paid the Wappinger Indian tribe in trinkets, not cash. Besides, the Indians thought that they were going to share the land, not sell it. Sharing is good, Fudge said, except for money. I'll never share my money. My money is all mine. I love money. That's a disgusting thing to say, Sheila told him. You're not going to have any friends if you talk that way. By then, the elevator reached the lobby. Your brother has no values, Sheila said as we walked to the door of the building. Outside, she turned and headed toward Broadway. How much do vowels cost? Fudge asked me. Not everything for sale, I told him. It should be. Then he skipped down the corner singing, Money, 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 I love money, money, money. That's when I knew we were in big trouble. It's just a stage, Mom told me later, when I pointed out Fudge's obsession with money. Maybe, but it's still embarrassing, I said. You better do something before school starts. But Mom didn't take me serious until the night at dinner when Dad said, Please pass the salt, Fudge. How much will you give me for it? Fudge asked. The salt shaker was sitting in front of him. Excuse me? Dad said. I'm asking for a favor, not hiring someone to do a job. How about nothing? I said, reaching for the salt and passing it to Dad. No fair, Pete, Fudge shouted. He asked me, not you. Thank you, Peter, Dad said, and he and Mom shared a look. I told you, didn't I? I said to them. I told you we have a big problem. What problem? Fudge asked. You, I said. Phew, Tootsie said from her baby seat as she threw a handful of rice across the table. What's the difference between dollars and bucks? Fudge asked the next morning at breakfast. He was drawing dollar signs all over the Cheerios box with a red marker. Bucks is just another word for dollars, Mom told him, moving the cereal box out of his reach. Nobody says bucks anymore, I said. Where did you hear about bucks? Grandma was reading me a story, and the guy called his money bucks, Fudge said. He had $5, and he thought that was a lot. Is that funny or what? He shoveled a handful of dry Cheerios into his mouth, then washed them down with a swig of milk. He refuses to mix his cereal and milk in a bowl, like everybody else. $5 is nothing to sneeze at, Dad said, carrying Tootsie into the kitchen. I remember saving for a model airplane that cost $4.99. So, we just read 3 pages in a double fudge. I almost said Tales of a Fourth Grade Nothing, since that's what we read last time. But double fudge. Anyway, so I want you guys to think so far about the five-finger rule. Who was in the story? We already met a lot of characters, so you should be able to answer that. What is happening in the story? So far we have a problem, and you could say what that problem is or what's happening. When did it happen? You can think about the time of day or the weather, anything like that. And then, where are they? Are they home? Are they outside? Why is this happening? And how did it start to happen? So these are some questions that you're going to think about when you guys write a summary about what you've read so far. And then we will be adding on to the summaries and creating different ones throughout the week. Okay, well, I hope you enjoyed watching the video. And let me know if you have any issues. We love you so much, and we miss you so much. So, have a great day.